began as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into one of the most unsettling encounters a police officer has ever faced. The incident, captured on body camera footage, sent shockwaves through the entire police department and has since been regarded as one of the most enigmatic videos ever recorded. At first, everything seemed ordinary. The officer requested the driver's license and registration, following standard procedure. But when the officer returned to the patrol car to run the details, something unexplainable occurred.
Your registration is What the? Can I see your driver's license registration, please?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car, so...
Where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs?
I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's a birthday party. So,
got it.
Not mine, but...
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
Sarah, the driver, vanished without a trace. The dashcam footage reveals no indication of an accomplice assisting in her disappearance. The scene is as eerie as it sounds. Sarah simply ceases to exist. Could this be a glitch in the fabric of reality? From that moment on, Sarah was never seen again. Despite thorough investigation, the police was unable to trace her ID, and her true identity remains shrouded in mystery. Did she slip into another dimension? Or could she have hidden somewhere in the car, evading detection? The questions linger, but the answers remain elusive. Let's look at some recent updates on the haunting of Rosanna, who has been sharing paranormal activity in her home for several months. Tonight she's documenting more terrifying events.
Arrête.
After witnessing one of her child's dolls floating in midair, she found herself trapped in the same room. Tonight, urban explorer JJ Retro heads to a creepy, abandoned house. Standing at the edge of a quiet English village, this place gives off some seriously spooky vibes.
Somewhere like this because we're in the middle of nowhere, on the outskirts of Slinfold, at this rather creepy house. And there's a sort of haunted feel to it.
This is probably the creepiest building we've done so far in our urban exploring career. Oh.
Jamie, what the f***'s that noise?
It's quite upstairs. Very good shit. Oh, it's around. No.
Hello?
No.
Come on. And that was the haunted house here in Slinfold and with.
Now, while we can only see part of that chair through the doorway, and someone could have been moving it off camera, if not, this house might just be as haunted as it looks. This video was shared by a security officer who states that he noticed one of his colleagues patrolling one of the surveilled roads. Based on his reports, he saw his colleague talking to himself, which was pretty odd, and after watching this unfold for a few moments, he contacted him via radio.
¿Qué hizo? ¿Era el chico quien está hablando ahí? Sí, ¿con quién está hablando ahí luego usted?
Una propietaria de la casa 125.
Marica, la propietaria de la casa 125 falleció hace como unos 20 días, marica.
No, ¿cómo así? ¿Qué me está diciendo?
Sí, no, usted está hablando ahí solo, marica, lo estoy viendo aquí por la cámara, usted está hablando ahí solo.
No, ¿cómo mierda lo pongo?
His colleague answered and told him that he was talking to a resident from apartment 125, which, like we have learned, had passed away a few weeks ago. And the man was not aware of that. Is it possible that he was talking to the deceased person's spirit? Or was the guard just imagining things? Very hard to say, but still a pretty creepy incident, whatever the answer. The following videos were shared by Tristan, who seems to be dealing with some otherworldly activity in his very own home. He notices that a lot of his personal items were moved around, and doors open and close on their own, and even his chairs travel by themselves. This is why he decided to place some stationary cameras to record these strange happenings. Do you see the shadowy figure moving there? It left Tristan pretty startled. And it appears that the activity worsened after this. Now these forces were also playing with the electricity in his home. And even unseen forces that were trying to enter closed doors within his house. Here he seems to have captured this transparent shadow being once more, although hardly noticeable. It seems to be moving around in the other room. One night he was watching TV with his girlfriend and his dog when the activity scared everybody. It is unclear if the activity is still going on, but it's safe to say that the couple doesn't feel safe anymore at this point. Now let's take an in-depth look into the haunting of Jen Berari. You all may be familiar with this story since we featured her in the past, but there have been many new updates since then. Jen lives in the US with her wife and daughter. They live in a beautiful property that includes the main building, their home where they live, a guest cottage and a barn. This land and the buildings have a lot of historic ties to the American Civil War, making it not only a great piece of history, but also ties to the American Civil War, but also a potential hotspot for lots of souls and spirits from that time period. Unfortunately for the family, they have been experiencing truly terrifying paranormal events all over the property. Jen and her family have been recently updating and renovating the barn house, and unfortunately it seems that this has not been pleasing to whatever spirits inhabit this land. Jen first noticed strange activity when she was checking the security cameras she had set up around the land. When she played back some of the footage, she noticed these strange noises. Not long after, Jen catches something else on her security cameras, and this time, it's more than just strange noises. She also gives us a bit more backstory to the property.
So, I live on a property that was built in the 1700s. There's a colonial house, there's a main house, and then, there's the colonial house, which is the main house, and then there's the barn house. We're in the main house, so this is what's going on by my daughter's playground, okay? Sorry, the barn house. I'm like so shooken up, I can't even deal right now. I'm so sorry. Like, clearly everything is old, okay? So, all old. So I don't know, and it's attracted to here, so. The lights are around and I know you hear that. Okay, that's not right. Mind you, like when I went back outside, I was with them because they're latched and they lock and they have wheels that lock. They're pretty dope, actually. That's not dope. That's not dope when there's banging.
Jen is obviously very shaken up in this clip, which is totally understandable given what she shows us next, especially since it occurs at her daughter's playground, where she spends much of her time. Things only escalate from here, unfortunately. The next update comes quickly after.
I'm going out with no coat. Come on, you son of a... This is the worst flashlight. How do I turn this on? There's literally nobody here. Oh, sorry, baby. There's nobody here. I don't know how, like, better to... There's my office lights, like...
Loud knocking can be heard from their front door. Jen runs to quickly catch whatever is the cause of the banging on camera, and of course there's nobody there. By now you might be wondering, why would someone want to live in a 300-year-old haunted house? Some viewers did ask this, to which Jen responded that this house has a lot of sentimental value to her and her family, and they've invested so much time, energy and money into moving here that they are not willing to give up and give in to what the negative spirits might want. Viewers also warned her never to open the doors for spirits, as you're essentially inviting them into your home. This might seem like common sense for most paranormal enthusiasts, but many people might not realize what they are doing could really be encouraging the ghosts even more, and it definitely seems the spirits were encouraged to materialize even further. Take a look at what happens only days later.
Have my, stuff on me, and not much has been going on. The head got knocked off of our statue. It was really weird. The flashlight you got me is really dope. It has all of these really cool settings. It's pretty awesome. Whoa. Baby, tell me I'm bugging. Tell me I'm bugging. Oh.
Jen is outside filming in her backyard, and when she turns back towards the barn house, she captures something terrifying. A shadow figure is standing in the top window of the building. It even looks like it may be looking down at Jen. There's something extremely ominous about a spirit that appears entirely black, such as this one. Regardless, Jen bravely enters the barn, and no one appears to be in sight.
I'll shoot. I'll shoot. I'll shoot.
At this point, we are all left with more questions than answers, and so Jen begins looking into mediums and gathering information about her property to try and understand why this all is happening to her.
Holy sh**.
She takes a quick video showing an old gravestone and a statue that inexplicably had the head cut right off recently.
It's very strange, but it starts from there, so it could be coincidental. Holy shit. Anyways, alright, could be an animal.
While this may seem to be one of the tamest videos she's uploaded, viewers were quick to notice something extremely disturbing. Did you spot it? While Jen films the headless statue, a black figure can be seen watching her from the bushes in the distance. When she looks away and then back, the creature is gone. It seems Jen did not notice the entity while filming at all. Do you think this is the same spirit from the barn house nights before? This definitely seems to be a turning point, and from now on the spirits seem to be much more active. At one point, Jen even has a police officer at the property, since she did not want to rule out the possibility that this could be a stalker or predator hunting her family. However, no evidence of human interference was found, but rather it seems even more paranormal evidence was uncovered.
Holy sh**.
Hold on a second.
What? Alright, let's go.
Once again, a strange black shadow figure can be seen in the video. At this point, it seems that no matter where she turns, the spirit seems intent on following her. Or is it trying to scare her off the property? Your guess is as good as mine. Less than a week later, Jen once again captures some odd activity in her security cameras. Take a look.
That thing is literally shorter than the gate. That's insane.
This shadow creature definitely appears different from the last. This one seems to reflect light rather than absorb it, and may also be considerably smaller.
That's really insane.
Does this mean they are being haunted by multiple entities? Or is this thing now taking on different forms? During Jen's tour of the ghost cottage, viewers noticed later that she again had an encounter with the black mysterious figure.
Here it is. Let me close the door. Alright, so let me turn on a light. But this is basically it. It's cute, it's small. Here's the bathroom. I don't want to like film myself, so I'm gonna weirdly just show you guys the bathroom. Here it is. There's nobody back there. I can push the door for you. I don't want to be seen. Here's the little kitchenette. Here's the bedroom. It's really cute. Yeah, it's creepy as shit in here, but there it is. And that's about it. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god. Alright, I'm out. Oh my god. Alright.
If you didn't catch it the first time, here's it again.
Really cute. Yeah, it's creepy as shit in here, but there it is. And that's about it. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god. Alright,
Notice the shape in the corner of the bedroom? At first glance, it could definitely just be furniture. However, Jen pans the camera back into the room a few moments later, and as you can see, the black form is gone. A security guard was making his usual rounds through the graveyard one night when something caught his attention: movement among the headstones. While trespassers aren't unheard of, what he discovered when he shined his flashlight toward the motion was far more unsettling. The footage shows the moment when his light beam caught something ducking behind a gravestone, but it wasn't any ordinary trespasser. Whatever was peering back at him from behind that headstone left the experienced guard completely shaken. Could it have been someone playing a prank in the cemetery after hours? Or maybe, given the location, was it something more supernatural lurking among the graves? The guard, who's used to working these lonely night shifts, had never encountered anything like this before, and he still can't explain what kind of presence he caught watching him from the shadows that night. A security officer was stationed at his post when unusual sounds put him on edge. At first, everything seemed normal as he scanned the area, but when he checked the live security feed, his blood ran cold.
Burada fark ettim. Dışarı çıktım. Baktım kayboldu. Buradan kayboldu. Ondan sonra koşturdum içeri.
The monitor showed something chilling, a mysterious figure standing just a few meters away from him, even though he couldn't see anything with his own eyes. When he went to investigate, things got even stranger. Whatever had appeared on the camera had completely vanished, leaving no trace behind. And more importantly, what kind of presence could appear and disappear without a trace? The officer, who's likely seen his share of odd things during night shifts, still can't explain what the cameras captured that night. The next case is pretty creepy. Something disturbing happened inside the home, where its owners, upon arriving back home after a long day of work, began to hear strange noises when cautiously checking the house. Because obviously at that moment they believed that they would find themselves in the presence of a thief. But they would get a very chilling surprise.
Every time I start recording, it stops. So yours?
Yeah.
The girl?
Yeah. Up there.
Objects were scattered around the rooms, and although the strange sounds continued, they could not find anyone inside. A camera installed inside the room would record the exact moment when the strange incidents unfolded. Just before the man opened the door, the camera captured how an object was being forcefully thrown off the little cabinet, and this was not the only encounter that was recorded within that room. Days later, the man shared the following. He ended up blessing the home because they suspected that it was a paranormal manifestation, fearing that things could even get worse. It is unknown if the events are still unfolding in his home, since he hasn't posted any updates on the situation. But amongst the audience there is a suspicion that it could be an indwelling spirit, an entity that perhaps could have lived its last seconds in this home. Who can say? The following video was shared by Notel4117, and he opened a thread in the paranormal Reddit section. For whatever reason, there seems to be a creepy shadow appearing in one of the bedrooms of his aunt's house that he is sitting over the weekend. He states, "Tell me I'm not the only one who sees this. I'm house sitting for my aunt who is out of town, and I'm kind of freaking out right now."
I don't know if I'm seeing or tripping, but check this out. So this is my aunt's son's room, right? There's no one in here. Right? Nothing. Closet. Nothing. Alright, now tell me, right on the monitor here, tell me that doesn't look like someone standing in the room. Like I've checked, like went back and forth 3 times, and
He then places a little ball in the room to show that something's definitely wrong in there.
Let's see how this goes. Okay, alright. Fuck, there is definitely something in there.
What do you think is happening in there? Where's this shadow coming from? Could it perhaps just be from the T-Rex toy? Some say it does look like the shadow of a child. Hard to say. And what was throwing the ball exactly? Who can say for sure? The next video was shared by Emily Durkin, and it is quite the creepy one. The young woman was the last person in her office one evening and left the building after an exhausting day of work. Shortly before leaving, she saw something up in the window on the floor on which she was working and couldn't believe her eyes. She was absolutely sure that this had to be a ghost. I mean, what else could it be? Given that nobody else was in the building anymore at that time. Could it be a weirdly placed item perhaps? Very doubtful. Maybe it was something from another realm visiting that night. This video was uploaded by Jethrospect to their channel. This is what he wrote about the capture. An amateur historian was exploring a local ruin called Smoky when he came across a new, expensive camera that was simply left in the middle of the ruined building. When he took the camera home and examined the footage, what he saw gave him chills. Captured in the sometimes frantic filming were sights of looming black shapes. These figures, which appeared to be wearing robes and hoods, took up entire doorways and seemed to be bearing the cameraman's way. The historian placed the camera in police custody, but hadn't heard from an owner. Subsequent visits to the ruin have brought no answers, and no trace of the camera's owner. These entities are very large, definitely at least 8 feet tall, and appear to tower over any regular human. There are no distinct features to any of them, which is the norm for shadow figures. It is hard to say, but it looks like they may all be wearing large black robes. Do you think these are all humans involved in some sort of cult or secret society that is using these ruins? And what do you make of the story of the camera? Who knows what was going on that night? This is a really short but interesting clip that was recorded by a young man. He stated that for the last several evenings he heard unusual noises stemming from the roof, and tonight it appeared that whatever was causing this was making it into his house. Sounds strange, right? He was standing in the hallway when he captured this creature with his cell phone. What are we looking at here? Is this some form of skinwalker? Or just a skid? Four years ago, Maddie made what he calls a huge mistake, using a Ouija board without closing the session properly. Since then, his home hasn't been the same. He's been catching all sorts of scary stuff on camera, and tonight things got really intense. It all started when his dogs began acting weird.
What's going on with these dogs, bro? They're scared of some... Yo. I'm telling you, bro. That's the second time I heard those bells, bro. The second time. I'm home all the alone, bro. Nobody is home. Nobody. No one is home. Nobody is home. And those bells. What's wrong, Petey? What's wrong? What do you see? You see something? You see something over here? I'm telling you, those bells, I heard them twice. What the f is going on? Petey! 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 Petey, what's going on? The TV turned on. TV turned on. Petey, let's go. Go, Petey. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. What the is going on? What the going? It turned off. It turned off. Lucy, Bentley, let's go. Bentley, get out. Let's go. Tiberius, let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Let's go. Tiberius. Lucy. Oh my God. Charlie, let's go. Come on. Come on, who's home? Come on, who's home? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on, T. Come on. Lucy.
Bells started ringing on their own. Decorative balls went flying out of their bowl, and the TV kept flicking on and off by itself. It was too much for Maddie. He ran outside to escape whatever was in there. Makes you wonder if that forgotten Ouija board kicked off all this paranormal activity. Mohammed has uploaded the following video, which turned out to be quite interesting. He works construction and states that he had seen quite a few strange things over the past years. The following night, he was one of the only people preparing a new construction site close to an old mine when he noticed something unusual in the distance. We can clearly see a terrifying shadow figure walking by. Mohammed states that this certainly wasn't a colleague of his, or a person related to the construction site in any way. He also mentions that this entity is not the only one appearing near the mine. They claim to have witnessed a floating woman that made horrifying crying noises. Pretty strange to say the least. I have no idea what's going on here. Perhaps it is a shadow being that was captured here. User Oh My God Jazz has shared the next capture to the paranormal Reddit section. My university teacher showed me this photo that was displayed in one of our campus buildings. There's an old mine near our university where the photo was originally taken. Can you see him? It's hard to not notice this face peeking out from one of the pillars in the back. The staff states that this could be a spirit from the olden days that used to work in these old mines. What do you think? A strange light reflection, lens flare of some sorts, or a visitor from the afterlife? Now we are looking at an update from user WinMCPix, who had shared some eerie poltergeist encounters from his home, in which he and his family is living in. The spirit loves to spook the whole family, including his little son. The unsettling truth: the activity has elevated from loud and terrifying rattling noises to full-on shadow sightings. This clip was captured one night after Win was woken up by a loud bang.
Hello? Hey, no, stay there. Hey. Dude. It's okay. It's okay.
The shadow was just sitting in his chair, possibly waiting for Win to show up. Creepy. A few nights after that, their security camera outside of their home has captured the following incident and alerted the family that movement had been detected at the time. The family had never seen such a weird object, and the way it moves makes it pretty unrealistic for it to just be a light reflection from the street or from the neighboring houses. They are certain that this capture is connected with the scary encounters in their home. Could this be? This video was captured by 2 contractors who were hired for a job at the following apartment building, and they were getting out and preparing their work when one of them captured something rather creepy. Nobody has any explanation as of what this thing is and what it could mean. Was it a spirit, a demon, or what else?